All right, I've got a student question that I wanted to make a video on how to explain. It's from Sample Exam 1, number 13. It's an average rate of change problem. And probably what makes it hard is, I don't know if it makes it hard. Well, probably what makes it harder for you is the variable. So well, it's not a variable. It's not a number that you know. It's this t, and the key observation is that average rate of change is the slope of the secant line through which 2 points? 1, g of 1, and t, g of t. That's it. If you can find that slope, you will have completed the problem. Well, so all we need to do is then compute g of t minus g of 1 over t minus 1. Okay. Now, g of t, that's easy. It's t squared minus 4t. And g of 1 is going to be 1 squared minus 4. And then it's all over t minus 1. So what I want you to do is keep your g of t in these parentheses and keep your g of 1 in these parentheses, so that way you don't end up messing up this minus symbol, right? I'd hate for you to write this and get it wrong. Okay, so this numerator just says t squared minus 4t minus a negative 3. And it's over t minus 1. Now, this expression is guaranteed to cancel. If you have done the simplification on the numerator correctly, then it will factor. That numerator will factor and have a factor of minus 1. Now this polynomial is not so hard to factor, but students often have a hard time with factoring. So an alternative way to factor, an alternative to factoring would be to use a process called synthetic division. It's surprisingly simple, and there has not ever been the case when I showed it to one of my business calculus students and they did not prefer it. So here's that quotient, our rational expression, and I want to explicitly perform this division with the synthetic division technique. All we need are the coefficients of this polynomial, which I am now putting in yellow. These are the coefficients. And then I need the root of the denominator. So the coefficients of this numerator are 1, minus 4, and 3. The root of the denominator is the number 1 because if I take the number 1 and put it right there for t, it says 1 minus 1, which is 0. So then 1 is the root of that denominator. I put my 1 right here. Get everything set up like this. We are ready to do the synthetic division. Here we go. You take this number and you just bring it down. Now you say 1 times 1 is 1. I put it here. Minus 4 plus 1, you're always adding. Minus 4 plus 1, that's minus 3. And then you repeat. 1 times minus 3, that's minus 3. 3 plus minus 3, that's 0. Getting a 0 right here means you have a remainder of 0. And then these are your coefficients of the resultant division. So my answer is 1t minus 3. But I don't even write the 1, right? I don't need it. T minus 3. This thing here is equal to t minus 3. Another way to state how the answer is t minus 3 is that numerator, t squared minus 4t plus 3, will factor like t minus 1 times t minus 3. And since we have a t minus 1 in the denominator, they will cancel. And you're just left with t minus 3. And that's it.